Hometown heroes.
Yeah, you know niggas had to come back with the remix. Still get more money to all of y'all. When I talk money, I ain't trying to brag. I'm celebrating, escaping the life I had. Seymour Ave, roaches and rags, knuckles with ash.
We got in the house today. We got some heroes in the house today.
It was good. It's young CJP, HTH in the building, Hank Yonkers, stand up, Harlem, what up?
Yeah. Hometown heroes, right? That's what you rapping?
Yep. It's the HTH movement, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Charlie Uptown for this opportunity for us to be in the building.
No doubt. Thank you for coming through. It's always a privilege. We like to try to set a bar tone here. You know, only top aspiring elite artists walk through these doors, and you one of them. You know, I had the privilege of seeing you live and uncut performing on stage. So, you know, I did my homework.
Did your homework?
Yeah, yes sir.
Yeah, man. It feels amazing to be in here, you know what I'm saying? I actually went to CCNY for a little bit. We in CCNY right now in Harlem, and it feels amazing to be back. It feels good to be in the studio. The song by Tupac and Nas just now playing just set the mood for me. I feel amazing right now.
Oh yeah, those are one of my two favorite rap artists of all time, and it's just, you know, positive, conscious. It's what we about the most social. We share a light to social awareness, and so now, you know, you talk about these two artists like Pac and Nas and the conscious and it's positive. You feel like your music reflects that?
I do feel like my music is conscious sometimes. I was labeled as like a conscious artist early on, you know what I'm saying? I tried to create different lanes, but mostly the message of what I push forward is the hometown hero brand, you know what I'm saying? We try to represent and show the younger generation, the kids coming from high school into early college that's aspiring in music and looking towards music, that look, there is a way to do this, you know what I'm saying? It's not far-fetched. Like a doctor, everybody wants their kid to be a doctor or lawyer, right?
Of course, the American dream.
And it's just as hard to be a doctor or lawyer as it is to be a famous recording artist or to land a position in the music industry. So we strive and we succeed and we achieve to show them that yes, you can do this if you have a passion and a talent for this. Make it seem like it's near impossible. And I like that you mentioned passion, because shout out to my man Pure Passion in the building.
Pure Passion, what it do?
And my man Deem Dada, he's recording live for us right now, so we just
yeah. Hometown heroes.
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, people make it seem far-fetched. People make it seem like a pipe dream, but you know, it's very possible. It all just takes time, dedication, and hard work. Just like it takes a lot of time, dedication, and studying to be all those things your parents want you to be. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's different levels to this, and I think I'm quoting, you know, one of these rappers out here. But there's many levels to it. It's like you gotta look at it. Let's look at the alphabet. You got A through Z, right? Now let's say Jay-Z is the epitome because he's a great elite rapper. He Def Jam CEO of his own record label. You know the credentials, right? So he's Z. And then somebody who's, you know, I woke up today and I just feel like rapping. He's letter A.
Right.
You know, there's so many levels that you could get to. Nas, you know, you could be on a level like Nas. You know, respectable, legendary status, money, but not as prestigious as Jay-Z in terms of business-wise. Business-wise, right? There's many levels. Then you have somebody like maybe like Fabulous. Mm-hmm. You know, respectable.
That's his favorite rapper.
He got hook. He got street cred. He got the mixtape game on Smash. And he could go anywhere and perform, sell out, and do these songs for the ladies and make money. That's another level.
Exactly.
Then you have other levels, like people get to go to Europe, or like Bodega Bams, Joel Ortiz, Joe Budden. You know, there's a lot of rappers that get to travel around the world, got thousands of followers, got their cars, got their house, but they're not, you know, Jay-Z, they're not Nas, they're not. But there's a certain level, and that level you gotta respect it. You gotta be humble with that level, because it's like what you want to do with this dream.
Right. I feel like, alright, I like that you brought up the levels, you know what I'm saying? Like Meek Mill says, levels to this, you know? But,
and then, hold on, and then us, we like on the underground.
Yeah, that's what we are. Right now we're on the underground, but even the underground does a lot of things. Like
different levels
like,
underground.
I push to do a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? I'm not rich off of doing this rap stuff right now, but I feel like I've made an influence on my city, and we've done a lot of great things for our town in the past year and a half, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Right now we're gearing up for our second HTH concert. What that is, we got endorsed by the Riverfront Library in our town to
that's a blessing. That's what's
do
up.
an independent artist concert. You know, we did auditions for young people, for a certain age group. I don't know. I think it was like just the high school age group. brought them out and did a show last winter, and it was amazing. Packed it out, 500 plus. You know what I'm saying? So we're gearing up for the second one now, and we're working with the Afro Heritage Committee in our town on making that happen, because we're actually using this to try to raise funds to bring back something that was very very loved in our town, called the Afro Heritage Festival, and that's been, you know, locked away for a couple of years, and we're trying to help them bring it back.
That's very important. You know, have an outlet for the kids, the youth, to have, you know, artistic freedom expression.
Right.
And be exposed to it. Maybe
Exactly.
they get influenced by it.
Exactly. So we like, there's not a lot of platforms in Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like this. Like, we come out to Harlem, we show love to Harlem. We go to Brooklyn a lot. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Scott Morris and the Dean's List tour. I work with him very closely.
Yeah, he's doing big things.
Yeah, and there's a lot of outsourcing that we do, but there's not a lot of like platforms within our city. You know what I'm saying? And I hang around these people that are doing great things out of our town, and I just try to study and learn and try to make myself greater and try to see what I can bring back home. You know what I'm saying? That would benefit the people back home and benefit the younger generation back home.
Well, I mean, you're already doing something good, having auditions for the youth and having a concert and then having places to have these venues. I also think, like, try to connect with the schools that you guys probably went to in Yonkers.
Of course.
And try to build a relationship with the principal. That would be a good look for you. And it's like, you're setting your own name, you're setting home base, and it's going to spread in your community and going to always come back to you.
And well, like, we're trying to make it, we're trying to take Yonkers and put it on the map so much so that Hometown Heroes is a brand that can be loved anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Anybody loves their city. Anybody wants to put on for their city and wants to be a hero out of where they're from. You know what I'm saying?
It's a positive message. Embrace the community that practically raised you and taught you from right from wrong. Same community that shelter you with your family. It's all good. Like, you got love for Yonkers, and you want to see the torch get passed down where kids have opportunities, because you know the opportunity was very limited for yourself.
Right.
And you realize you have a social awareness.
Right.
Something needs to change. Something needs to be done. I could be doing more.
Right.
Instead of just having like that self-centered spotlight attention.
Like,
or just,
like, oh,
I just want to be a rapper.
Yeah, I need to rap. I need to get on. It's all about me. Rah rah rah. Like, I don't like, it's me and nobody else. Like, forget all them other people. But nah, it's like, it's investment. You know, when you help other people, you're helping yourself too. You know what I'm saying? You invest in someone. Like, if I take my man's right here and like, if I just make $1 million, that's $1 million that I have. If I teach him how to make $1 million now that's somebody in my circle that has $1 million. That's $2 million we have.
Exactly.
The more people you have around you that has a wealth of knowledge, and it is beneficial for everybody. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to be successful, you need to have a tight circle. You need to give them the knowledge to be successful themselves. That way that y'all have a mutual trust for each other. You know that y'all want the best for each other.
Exactly. And not to get religious, but that almost sounds like Jesus and the 12 disciples, you know, teaching them, you know, I could feed you today, but I could teach you how to get it yourself and fish, and, you know, we'll eat in abundance together.
I love that you brought that Bible aspect into it.
Well, yeah, you know, hey, you know, I'm a very spiritual dude, you know. Get in tune. Bottom of source is what we do. I love when I have guests and we can just feed off of each other, play a little, you know, tag, and just drop jewels, because that's the main core of this show. It's hip-hop based, but we drop jewels, social awareness. We need to have all these kids, all the listeners to wake up. Like Socrates once said, do not live the unexamined life. So you got to examine yourself. My boy right here, CJP, realized that he wants to make music. It's not just about the bling and the whips and all that, and the luxury that may come with it, but it's also about contributing to society, building a legacy for yourself, establishing overall knowledge.
Like that. Without knowledge, like you're pretty much piss poor. You know what I'm saying? You could have all the wealth in the world, but if you don't really know anything of substance, like that money can run out, but knowledge is forever. You know what I'm saying? You could create a whole movement by yourself and still be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Different levels. That's what I meant by that.
Even I'm out here, like, I got my jacket on a little bit, but I'm repping this I Am Culture hoodie right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I deal with I Am Culture. Shout out O'Neal. their movement is incredible. You know what I'm saying? Started just from a grain of thought, and now they have clothes and like Dr. J's, and they have their own blogs that support independent artists and all that stuff.
That's how you do it.
It's incredible. You know what I'm saying? Find them on Instagram and stuff. Those are my people. They're sending out people to distribute clothes at the next showcase that we have, which is on the 21st as well.
Okay.
In Yonkers. So if anybody's like familiar with Yonkers, I know there's a lot of people in Harlem that they have, you know, back and forth from Yonkers too. I know there's a lot of into going on between Yonkers and Harlem. So if you ever in Yonkers, in the next weekend or so, we got this big party at the Dominican Club. That's in Mount Vernon, and then that's my DJ, my main DJ Famous's birthday party. That's this Friday coming up, and then the following Friday we're doing this huge open mic on Warburn at the Nepperhan Community Center to raise money for the Afro Heritage Festival. We got, I don't know if you're familiar with Bonnie Godiva. She's a battle rapper. She does Queen of the Ring. She's coming out. She's hosting that. I have Sus Life from the My Life tour coming out to perform at that. So it's gonna be incredible. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop one more jewel that was like passed on to me recently, and I'm not one of those people that's gonna be selfish and like, oh well, I know this stuff and I'm not gonna give it to the public. Like, I'm not like that. So shout out to Shaheem Sinclair from CNC Entertainment Firm. I contacted him recently about doing some radio promotion for the music video, which we'll talk about in a little bit as well. And he took me in and had a small conversation with me and made me like really reevaluate my career and what I'm really trying to do. And what makes a difference with artists nowadays is that a lot of people see what they like, right? And they feel like they can emulate it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there's so many rappers out nowadays, people that just want to rap. But now the person that really tries to seek a career or should really like try to do something with it is the person that has a purpose behind it. You know what I'm saying? Of
course.
Who are you talking to? Like, what rap is like a sense of media in itself. So you have to, like, if I'm the type of person that like I'm like, I come from the struggle, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not the person that stands on the corner and then gangbangs and like bang bang.
Okay,
keep, you know what I'm saying? I wear skinny jeans. I listen to rock music sometimes. I used to skateboard in high school. So if I'm talking, there are those type of people that are from the hood too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna talk to who I can inspire. And there's, out of 9.6 billion people in the world, there's got to be 1 million of people like me that's gonna, you know, be inspired by what I'm saying. And I just can't wait to meet all of them and them all to hear what I have to say.
You struck a chord, because that's the same way I feel. Like, there's so many people in this world, and it's like there's a demographic for every artist.
Right.
There's a way of you making a living, and you feel like you're Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. There's so many levels to it, but there's so many people that want your music.
Right.
You know, I call it a social pipeline from the movie Dumb and Dumber. Like, there's a social pipeline for everybody, and I'm waiting for mine. Like, I got a message, I got something to say. I'm trying to speak to somebody, and so are you. And it's out there, but the whole thing is finding that, and it's getting out of that bubble. Like, I feel like myself as an independent artist, I'm stuck in a bubble. In a bubble that's the same faces, the same ears. Right. You want to like burst out of that bubble.
Exactly. And the synopsis of what I was trying to say is that if you're an artist, don't so much try to, like, you have to think if you're relaying a message that's being given to you by artists that you like, or if you're relaying your own message into the people that you want to hear.
That makes a lot of sense.
When I talk money, I ain't trying to brag. I'm celebrating, escaping the life I had. Seymour Ave, roaches and rags, knuckles with ash. Mommy busted her ass for each and every grocery bag. Now that I'm doing the same, niggas be hating the game. Well, I'm supposed to be mad? Yeah, fuck the drama. Worry about your dollars. Got a couple G's in my bank account. Watch me increase my commas.